What it do is good, YouTube. It's your boy Charles, and I'm back with another video. Excuse me. But this is a calm little video, simple little video. You know, I've been absent for a little while. I had to go back to Canada real quick. You know, do what I had to do out there. But I'm back now. I'm back for good. So I'm back on my grind, and yeah, I'm just showing y'all a calm little back test video. Won't be no longer than 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Just showing y'all my strategy, showing y'all the bounce back, showing y'all the new strategy. And yeah, let's get into it. Let me show y'all what I've been working on, what I've learned, and let's try to get as much wins on this back test as possible, you know, try not to make stupid mistakes, try to let our strategy play out on each trade, and yeah, let's see what we could do. Peace. What's good? So, as I told y'all in the intro, I'm gonna be back testing one of these pairs. The pair that I'm choosing is probably gonna be Euro USD. And the reason why I'm choosing Euro USD is because I don't even trade this pair. So literally this is just, I wouldn't say raw, but like damn near raw pulls like my strategy from the ground up. All it is that you're seeing is I have a group that I'm with, 4 members right now, and one of my mans in there, shout out my son Apple City, he trades Euro USD. I trade GBP USD. He trades Euro USD. So like they kind of move the same, but sometimes one will look cleaner than the other, or whatever the case may be. So that's why you see all of this here right now. The breaks, the structures, the I-boss. That's why you see all of that right there right now. But like in reality, I don't trade Euro USD. He be telling me to get into it, but if I already trade GBP USD, I'm not really tripping to trade Euro. But anyways, let's get into the video. I'm gonna show y'all what I be doing, how I be moving when it comes to the markets, and yeah, let's get money. We're gonna go back. I'm gonna flatten the chart out. You feel me? Delete everything first of all. Flatten the chart out, and then we'll go back to say April 28th. What day is it? April 27th, 2025. All right, cool. So first thing I like to do is I like to find my swing structure on the 4-hour time frame. So automatically I could already tell that we have a breaker structure right here. Boom. So because there's a breaker structure right here, we go to the lowest point within there, which would be right here. And that's our swing structure on the 4-hour time frame. So boom, we're working within this range right now. Bullish. Then I go to the 1 hour and I see what the 1 hour is doing. Okay, so on the 1 hour, I see that we are heavy bears. I see that we had an internal breaker structure right here. I-boss. This is the next I-boss. Because this is my internal strain and my internal swings, I want to trade my internal swings. Now, I know they said the higher the time frame, XYZ, but I trade on a 5-minute time frame. You feel what I'm saying? So what I'm seeing right now is the internal structure is bearish, but the external structure is bullish. The reason why the internal structure went bearish is because we needed to facilitate that pullback. Or I could be chatting, hold on. Because we had an I-boss right here. Boom, 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 boom. We had an I-boss right here. You got to draw on everything. Okay, and then we had a next I-boss right here. This was the low. We got an I-boss right there. So the highest point would really be this point, but I like to just keep it within, you know what I mean? Like I like to just see the structure. Either way, we're bearish. We broke to the downside. Either way you want to look at it, we are bearish. Okay? So boom. What I see right now is boom, we came down here. We might have tapped into this order block right here. Let me see something. Might have tapped into this order block down here. No, not as yet. We haven't tapped into it yet, but came close. You feel what I'm saying? Or this one right here. When we came close, we tapped into this order block right here, and then we started having a push up. Okay, we tapped into it again, and you see, even when we tapped into it right here, we didn't make a new high. So when we had this pullback right here, then we made this lower low, and we never made a higher high. So this right here is weak. So it may be coming down to try to find more buyers. Even though we tapped into it again, we tried again, and we still couldn't make a higher high. So what I'm looking for now is I'm looking to see what price wants to do. Boom, we tapped into it again, and I don't think that we're going to trade through it. I mean, I don't think that this is going to hold to go make a new higher high. So I believe, okay, boom, we came down, boom, boom. If we're just looking at internal structure, boom, we broke right here. We could be having a rejection from right here to keep coming down. Mark this off as the 1 hour. All right, let's go to the 4 hour real quick. Let's see, we're on the 4 hour. On the 4 hour, this was the last 4 hours bullish. You know what I mean? Let's delete this off. That's in the way. 4 hour is bullish. We tapped into here. But on the 1 hour, we haven't broken to the upside for there to be any confluence that, yes, this wants to now break to the upside. Only thing that we have right now is we had this minor pullback, came lower, boom. Yeah, let me show y'all what I see. I see this. Minor pullbacks. Boom. This is getting retested so many times and it's not doing anything. So I think that we're going to come up here, reject this EMA, keep coming down. And we're going to eventually break through this 4 hour low. That's what I think is going to happen. I could be completely wrong, but let's see. Let's see what happens. We are at a 4 hour demand zone. So we could have a crazy push out and I could be completely wrong, but let's just see. Go down to the 30-minute. Evaluate the 30-minute. 30-minute has the same. Boom. Now we tapped into our zone. Boom. Tapped into our zone. 825. See what price wants to do. See, look, that could have been my entry signal right there. But what I like to wait for is I like to wait for a shift of structure. We had got a shift right here. This came up, and then boom, at 8:30, we could have entered this trade right here. Stops right above here. Take profit right here. That would have been our 2 to 5 right there. But what I'm recognizing right now is that we didn't break beneath here, which means that this could be in place to go up, which means that this wasn't strong enough to go and break beneath here. So what I'll do now is on this 920 candle, I would have went in for buys. It wasn't strong enough to break. All right, copy. It came and it grabbed liquidity. And now we just target this high right here. 2.5. Boom, TP hit. And now we are rejecting EMA. Boom. Let's say price comes back down here. Put this tool back on. Come tap into the 5-minute. Oh, boom. It ain't even come back down and tap into the 5 minute. But what it did do was tap into another order block, which is right here. This candle's wick didn't touch this candle's wick. Came, tapped into this order block. See on the 3 minute. 3 minute, boom, you got an engulfing right here. You could have went in for another entry right here. Boom, stops below the box. Target another 2.5. Boom. TP would have got hit again. Know what I mean? But as I told you, it already tapped into a 4-hour order block or a 4-hour demand zone. You feel what I'm saying? So buys could be in place. So once I seen we had this big push up and we was making higher highs and higher lows, as you can see, we have a trend line right here. We had a trend line right here. It came. Let me make that a whole line. Boom, we had this trend line right here. It came, it grabbed liquidity behind the trend line, and then it took a shot up. Then it came down, rejected the EMA, and then boom, took another shot up. Double bottom right here. This may be a liquidity point at some point in the future, but we shall see. So now we see that this failed. This zone failed. Okay, cool, perfect. So that was our first trade. You feel me? Trade one already hit. Trade one already hit. So boom, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do until May 28th, and then that'll be the video. You feel me? So boom, now we pulling back. So now what I see this 1 hour zone right here was the last black candle before we had that push up, and now look, boom, we tapped into it, and now look at that push. So now we go on a 5 minute. Ooh, excuse me. 5 minute, boom, we had this shift of structure right here. We had that 5 minute shift of structure right here. We're looking for this liquidity to get taken, which it did. 5 minute liquidity got taken. You could have entered right here at 8:20, which I don't really recommend because I don't take trades before 8:30. But that could have been an entry point. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for it to pull back. I would have got in right here. Came. Boom. Took right here. I would have entered right here. Stops below the box. 2.5. See what it do. Boom. Lost. Lost that trade. That's cool though. We wait for this to get tapped into, if it's ever gonna get tapped into. And now I'm just drawing on my order blocks. Now I'm just drawing on my order blocks. This is liquidity that got taken. Boom, you can enter right here. Enter right here, stops below the box. It's probably not your most probable trade because on the 1 hour, we are still bearish. See, as I was saying, on the 1 hour, we are still bearish. So that might not be the most probable trade to take, but yeah, that might not be the most probable trade to take, but we here for it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I would have entirely entered that after taking that 1L, but, you know, we could have took something. You feel me? So, boom, the next day, what am I seeing? Boom, making high highs and high lows. High, high. This is looking like a lower high is about to form. Hold on. You see this? An hour. So 5 minute. On a 5 minute, what we did, we broke structure right here to the downside. Boom, broke structure right here to the downside. We grabbed the liquidity right here. This could have been an entry at 9. this would have been my entry right here at 11.10. Because this would have been my entry here at 9, but I don't know if I would 100% trusted it. Even though we did grab our liquidity, which is our strategy. We grabbed this liquidity. We came down. And this could have been our entry, but the only thing is that that made a new low. So now I'd have been waiting for a pullback in order to get in. Let's check the 3-minute. Yeah, so this had right here had made a new low. So now I'm waiting for that pullback. This had made a new low too, so I wouldn't have even entered on this. Waiting for that pullback, grab liquidity on the 3-minute. This might have been an entry right here at 9.54. You feel me? Give my stop some breathing room, 9.6. Probably pushed it to like 16. And then drag this down to a 2.5. And then boom, TP would have got hit. But we didn't enter on that. What I would have entered on was this 5-minute. Because boom, we made this new low. We pulled back, but we took no liquidity. Boom, we made a new low. Took no liquidity. Made a new low. Then grabbed some liquidity. Okay, boom, liquidity was grabbed. And engulfing was made. Boom, now we could take this trade right here. Stops above the liquidity. Targeted 2.5. Let's go to the 1 hour because this might take a long time. Boom, liquidity hit. I mean, TP hit. Boom. Just that simple. I'm just following the 1 hour structure. So now I'm on a 1 hour. Boom, now we got an iBoss. I feel like this 4 hour zone is throwing me off. I don't even know why I got it on. I don't even use it for real. I'm actually about to delete it out of my zones. Delete it. Yeah, because I don't even use it. And now it's throwing me off for my trading, so gotta go. So boom, we got the iBoss right here. This is the internal breaker structure down to the downside. So now we look for the highest point within this box. Learn that from Photon Trading. Shout out Photon Trading. Boom. Highest point in that box is your new high, internal swing structure high. Boom, we got that right there. And then boom, this is the low. See how this is very, very choppy? We just gonna take the closest one. Just let that do what it do. Most of that is mitigated. Most of that is used. So when prices is deciding to pull back, it may just pull back. Yeah, boom, tap into that area. We'll take that as a tap. Boom. You had this higher high, higher low, higher high. This structure was broken. Broken to the downside. Lower high, lower low. So liquidity grabbed behind here. Liquidity grabbed, tapped into this 5-minute. This would have been the zone that I traded from. Stops above the liquidity. Target this low right here. Damn. Got liquidated. Look at that, bro. Look at that. That's enough to make a nigga go nuts. You feel what I'm saying? Where's the spy tool at? Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. That's enough to make a nigga go dumb. You feel me? But TP would have got hit. Also, that is kind of my fault because usually I gave my stop some room. From the liquidity grab, we came down. Boom, this is the liquidity grab. From the liquidity grab, we give ourselves some room, some breathing room. So this is at what, 10? I usually double it and we'll go to 20. Or I'll just use like what makes sense, like what looks like it makes sense. Boom, give it some room Let's see if this would have even gone down to 2.5. Most likely because this is the way that the trend is following. So boom, TP got hit. Boom, TP hit. You feel what I'm saying? So that's a quick little 2-3 trades that I'm gonna show y'all real quick. I don't want this video to be too long. You feel what I'm saying? This video is already pushing 20 minutes. But yeah, I'm gonna show you guys a lot more. Today was a little groggy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not totally in the headspace, but this is what's going on right now. I just want to push out as much content as I can. I know I've been absent for a while, so this is the revamp. This is the bounce back, you understand? So more content on the way, not just trading content. I'm soon going to start to go back and do my reactions, you know what I mean? Show y'all a little bit of my personality, and let's get this show on the road, man. This shit don't stop, you understand? So it's your boy Zay Chubbs, or Tech, whatever you want to call me. And yeah, I'm out. Peace.